The rogue swashbuckler is a very iconic and classic type of adventurer. I talked to Mike Merles about this subclass in D&D.
So the swashbuckler takes the rogue and gives it a little bit of a fighter feel by focusing on things that make you think of like a traditional like swashbuckling pirate or musketeer or things like that. The swashbuckler isn't really a tank. They're still kind of like, we think of rogues as being greedy in combat, that they think of themselves first, like they're just seeking to do as much damage as possible. They don't necessarily buff the team, though there are some rogue archetypes that do that, some rogue subclasses. The swashbuckler really focuses on being very mobile and being very good at dueling and defeating a single opponent. So one of their big benefits is that when they're locked into combat one-on-one with someone, they receive their sneak attack, where other rogues need to have another member of the party next to the target in order for sneak attack to function. So basically it means that by saying you get sneak attack if there's no one next to the target, or if there's an ally next to the target, in most cases, unless there's like two enemies next to each other, you're going to get your bonus damage. So it lets you be a little freer. You're not as dependent on the rest of the party supporting you when you attack. The other big benefit that the swashbuckler gets is if you attack an opponent, even if you miss, just as long as you make the attack, you shut down that target's ability to make opportunity attacks against you. So it gives you a lot of mobility in that you can move up next to someone and attack, and then dart back and move away. The other nice thing about that is with your typical rogue character class bonus action, if you want, you can use the dash action instead of having to use disengage to avoid opportunity attacks. So you can really move a lot further on the battlefield than other rogues. You also have a gifted, like a lot of, the sort of classic swashbuckler being sort of a charming rogue sort of person. At higher levels, you get the ability to sway people. You can turn people who are sort of disinterested into like treating you like a friend for a short time. But also during combat, if someone's hostile to you, you can essentially goad them into focusing on you. And the really nice thing about that ability is if it works, the person you're fighting can't make opportunity attacks against anyone but you. So you're the only one they can make opportunity attacks against, but then you have the ability, if you attack them, you shut down their ability to make opportunity attacks. So essentially you can shut down someone's ability to make opportunity attacks completely if that's the person that you're dueling against. So it's really a rogue who focuses on a rapier, and then maybe like two-weapon fighting, like a rapier and dagger, fighting with at the same time, which actually you can't do, be short sword and dagger, not rapier and dagger. But so yeah, you get this real sense of the sword fighting rogue, the one who's the elegant, bouncing around the battlefield, darting in to make a bold attack, then fading away before the enemy can respond.
What do you think really is like the dividing line between this and the Bard College of Swords?
Well, the College of Swords is more about the performance, and it's a bit more technical and tricky, where this is more just about pure swordsmanship, and also more about being very mobile. That ability to really lock people down, you can do that much more consistently because there aren't any limits on how often you can use that ability. Not say like bards are reliant more on their spells. I mean, it's kind of a classic divide between a spellcaster and someone who doesn't. The bard can have higher peaks by spending inspiration or spell slots, where the swashbuckler can just use that bag of tricks again and again and again.
Who do you think gravitates towards this class in terms of like player personality?
Well, I think anyone who sort of likes that heroic idea of the swashbuckling hero, and there's a reason why it's under the rogue rather than the fighter, because this is someone who's more cunning, more tricky. I kind of picture it like the sneak attack for a swashbuckler is more about skill and about landing a precise blow rather than relying on someone like a dirty trick or taking advantage of backstab or things like that. It's much more about like the elegant use of the blade, almost like a scalpel.
You can find the Rogue Swashbuckler in Xanathar's Guide to Everything, as well as the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide. Both of those books are available on dndbeyond.com. Thank you for watching.